So you're thinking of moving to Westminster, Colorado, but you're not exactly sure if its overall vibe or what it has to offer. Well, in this video, we're going to talk about just that. Then, like we always do, we'll jump in the truck, we'll drive around some neighborhoods, check out some houses in 3 different price points to see what fits in your budget. And with that, we'll get after it right now. Now, my name's Adam. Our team and I, we get calls, texts, emails every day from people just like you thinking of making the move to Colorado, the Mile High City, and the surrounding areas. As I mentioned, we're in Westminster right now. You can tell we're in a big open space, one of the many open spaces here in the city. This is actually an off-leash dog park, about 440 acres of wide open spaces. You can see the Boulder Flatirons up in the back. You got Longs Peak and Longmont up there. I mean, Westminster is about the eighth biggest city in terms of population. I think in 2020, hey buddy, is about, hi, yeah, see, we got a guy right here. About 120,000 people that lived here back in the last census, which was in 2020. So a couple years old. People are still moving in, so I would expect that number to be a little bit higher. Westminster itself, it spans mostly in Jefferson County, but it also jumps over to Adams County as well, to the east, that way. It's a little more rural out there, as you can tell. You know, we've got houses that butt right up to this park, so this is more of a suburban area. The city itself is about 30 square miles, and again, a little over 100,000 people that live here. Now, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, we're here to help. So just find our contact information in the description below and reach out if you have any questions. As I mentioned, we're gonna do what we always do. We'll jump in the truck, drive around some neighborhoods, check out some properties in 3 different price points to see what might fit in your budget. So with that, we'll wrap up here and we'll get going right now. Alright guys, so we're here at our first house in the Sunridge neighborhood. It's actually one of the better deals I've seen all year. 4-bed, 3-bath, built in 71, just over 2,300 square feet. You know, it's a quiet neighborhood up in here, kind of the south side of Westminster, near the Highland Hills Golf Course. The house is listed at $405,000, and that's because it needs some work, but it's a big house. Like I said, over 2,300 square feet. Big lot, 2-car garage, one of these tri-levels, so you walk in, you got the main floor, you can go upstairs, get all the bedrooms. Downstairs is going to be the basement, kind of rompus room area. But like I said, at $405,000, it's a deal of the year so far that I've seen. Just needs some updating in there. Roof was replaced in 2020. I know they got a new AC and furnace in 16, so at least the big ticket items have already been taken care of. Again, quiet neighborhood. We've got a huge park and lake about a block away, huge indoor gymnastics and indoor sports facility there. They're actually upgrading, building a new one, because that building's been around, I think, since the 70s, just like all these houses here in the neighborhood. But like I said, nice and quiet. You got people out here, you got a water boat, a motorboat over here. You know, every neighborhood we go to, you can see that people love their outdoor activities. So what we'll do is drive around the neighborhood like always, so you can see how the neighborhood looks, the rest of the houses. Maybe we'll swing by that big park just so you can get a view of that, and wrap up and head on out to the next house. Alright, so over here at our second house in the countryside neighborhood, actually just a block away from the big park that we opened up the video with. So a really cool spot, a quiet neighborhood. This house is 3-bed, 2-bath, listed at $550,000. It's got over 2,500 square feet, so that puts our square foot total at about $217. As I mentioned, no HOA. They've actually got a ton of solar panels up here. They're all owned, so that would transfer with the sale of the house, which means free electricity. Never a bad thing. Now, as you can tell, quiet neighborhood, kind of on a semi cul-de-sac here, so it's, you know, not a lot of cars are coming down unless they live in this street here. There's a park at the end of the street as well as that big off-leash dog park that I mentioned. All these houses built in the 80s. This one that's for sale is built in 1985. Again, it's 3-bed, 2-bath, listed at $550. And those solar panels are actually kind of a good deal. They said in the listing that they spent over $40,000 on them, as well as adding an addition to this house, which makes it one of the bigger ones in this neighborhood. A lot of houses here are nice and well kept. I mean, most of them are in Westminster. Wide streets. Get a little bit of noise from the airport that's up there, but again, as I mentioned in the opener, it's a regional airport, so it's not big planes flying out of there. A little more smaller guys, a lot of propeller planes. They do some air shows out of there as well. So I just wanted to stop here. Second house right in that 550 range. Great neighborhood, great location. Got the schools. What is it? Stanley Lake High School's right there. Then they've got the middle school right next door. Stanley Lake is another open space area that you can go walk around and do some fun water activities. No motorboats though, because some of the barnacles or something that's been going on. Anyway, this house again built in '85, $550,000, 3-bed, 2-bath, a little over 2,500 square feet. So with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up and hit our next house. Alright, so we're over here in a third house in the Bradburn neighborhood. This house was built in 2017. It's got 3-bed, 3-bath, listed at $750,000. And you know, with the size, just over 3,000 square feet, puts us at about $244 a foot. Now, this neighborhood is highly sought after. It's a newer development, as I said, 2017. All these houses, it's in an HOA, so they're all kept well, really nice. Not a lot of yard space, but they do have these alley access ways to the back for the garage. It's really nice inside. We're really close to the Academy School. It actually has pre-K all the way up through 12th grade. Free pre-K. You can walk from this particular house right across the street to there, and the kids can get there really quick, a couple minutes. You know, Bradburn is kind of a self-sustaining neighborhood. Everything's really in walking distance here. Here's one of these driveways that go back in these alleyways. So you have off-street garage parking. Keeps the streets free from parking, traffic, things like that. And kind of keeps the house a little bit cleaner because you're not seeing the garage from the front. As I mentioned, it is kind of a self-sustaining little city in here. They've got a Whole Foods at the end of the community, lots of restaurants, kind of got a main street. On the other side of 120th, you've got your Home Depot, another grocery store, a Kroger, all the restaurants you can ever think of. Got your Chick-fil-A and coffee shops, Starbucks and things like that. It does butt right up to an open space here that goes all the way around the entire community, so that's really nice. And you know, for being built in 2017, 3-bed, 3-bath, over 3,000 square feet. It's got all the room that you could ever need, really, unless you've got a really big family. But it is, speaking of families, very family-friendly neighborhood. They have food trucks and everything in the summertime. Tons of parks within the community. Every time I come into Bradburn, I'm always seeing some kids playing football, or they got basketball, all kinds of things going on. So Like I said, we're coming back up to this house. We'll get another shot of it. 3-bed, 3-bath, just over 3,000 square feet, and listed at $750,000. A lot of people, when they move into Bradburn, they stay because it's got everything you need within walking distance, close to the mountains, close to the highways. So it's a great neighborhood, whether you have kids or not. So we'll wrap up here. I'll drive around some of these blocks so you can see the rest of the houses and get an idea of the Bradburn neighborhood. Alright guys, that wraps it up for our tour of Westminster today. We took you around 3 different neighborhoods, saw some houses in 3 different price points, and finishing up here actually at the Arista Park. It's a new development. It's all apartments in here, but I wanted to point out the First Bank Center right there. We do a bunch of concerts, car shows, lots of fun things going on all year round. You can come down, grab some pizza at Proto's or a nice craft beer from the Colorado Keg House. Got a salon here, another cafe that I've had before. There's a liquor store across the street, so you can come down and kind of make a dinner and a date kind of thing for a concert here. So, hope you enjoyed Westminster. Like I said, if you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, feel free to reach out, call, send us a text, shoot us an email. We'd love to help you make a smooth move to the Mile High City, to Colorado and the surrounding areas like Westminster. I think I'm gonna jump into Proto's right here, get that slice of pizza, sit in the sun on this patio, and enjoy the rest of the day. So hopefully we'll see you around town. Until next time.